I'm Andrea Klein-Thomas, reporter with CBS New York, here at the 5th International Vatican Conference. We are joined now by Rosalind Picard. Thank you for being here, really talking about important things with technology. Tell me why it's really important to have so many people from all different disciplines in the same space trying to tackle these really difficult issues.
Yes, as we build the technology of the future, we really need to have everybody's input into it now. I think we've seen in the past what just a traditional group of engineers tends to come up with. And while it may be optimized for them, it may not be optimized for the other people in their community. So we need to involve everybody, especially as technology develops more and more capabilities that make it appear more human. And we need to have conversations about what we want done and also what we don't want done.
Yeah, technology is playing an even bigger role in our lives, but it was really interesting. You're really making the distinction when it comes to AI that it's a tool, that it does not just take over, that there's also a human element in it. Talk about how AI can be used effectively.
Yes, I'm so glad you emphasize that. I think in science fiction, there's this fun narrative of emphasizing it taking over, of it taking on life. And it doesn't right now. It does exactly what we design it to do. And if we want to make it look like it's more than a tool, well, that's a societal intent that could be embodied in something. But we should have conversations about whether that's what we actually want when we're not just at the movies, right? What do we actually want to live with? So we, in our work at MIT, at Empatica, places I've worked, have focused on what are the needs people have, where can technology augment human intelligence? And we're not trying to engineer people out of the equation. We're actually trying to figure out how to make people's lives better. And that includes the people in the equation too. So how do we build technology, for example, a wearable that can do things that you want done, but maybe you can't do them at the moment. Maybe you're having a seizure and you can't call for help at that moment. So the technology augments your need and calls for help and brings a human there. And we optimize that AI human interaction.
What are the most exciting developments that you're seeing, and what are the most concerning developments when it comes to AI?
Yeah, I think some of the most exciting developments are in the area of wearables and health, where we get very personal data about people that can help them see little changes in their life, little things they're doing that might contribute to them building resilience and not succumbing in a stressful event to depression. It's fine to feel some sadness. It's not great if you just continue down a trek where you become so depressed or incapacitated, or where your anxiety is interfering with your ability to do things you want to do in life. If you could better understand what you're doing with your sleep, your social interaction, your breathing, your activities, your physical activity, rhythms, all these things that wearables and AI are good at measuring. And if we could give you that information in a way that helps you make healthier choices, then we might be able to prevent a lot of sickness. We might be able to prevent a lot of the disease burden that's out there. So I'm very excited about AI that helps us keep people healthy, true healthcare that's focused on staying healthy, not just waiting until people are sick and trying to fix things there. At the same time, you can imagine there's all this personal data, right? And if that personal data is used for benevolent purposes, we can do amazing good with it. If, however, it's used by somebody who's greedy and just kind of interested in their own power trip and controlling people in their society, as we see in some countries, then I'm really concerned about how such a person might use that data against their people. So I think, in the free world, we need regulations that help make sure people are informed about what data they're providing and what they're getting for it and what the risks are of that, so they can be informed about participating or not, that they truly benefit from it, not just the company selling it to them. And in other countries, I think we're going to need something bigger than AI and regulation solutions. I think we need to figure out how to help them build a society that cares more about each human and giving equal worth to all humans. And that kind of change there is a problem much bigger than AI can solve.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. And a lot of conversations that need to be had around the issue and a lot more understanding of how AI even works. And thank you for being on the forefront of this discussion. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having this conversation. It's great that you're gathering all these different folks together.